And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my stream. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing great. I know that I am, and I'm roaring to go. So let's start off like we always do. Let's just go over quickly to the computer, check out a 50-second recap of what we did yesterday, and we'll start our day from there. So what did we do yesterday? Well, of course, we measured off our freshly new canvas. We made a little circle where we wanted it, drew out a frame, and we put down the first coat of our light purple or mauve. So that is basically what we did yesterday. Now, I have to admit, I was about to cheat today. When you look at the painting, I am sure it looks like a nice, beautiful, solid color. That's exactly how it looks when I take off my glasses. Even here, it looks wonderful. But unfortunately, when I put my glasses on and I stare at the painting, I can see all the brush strokes of our first coat. So I was going to cheat. I was going to say, hey, this looks pretty good when I first walked in. All we can do right now is tackle the shadowing to give it some depth, some richness, and we'll start from there. Unfortunately, I cannot cheat. It doesn't look good when I stand here and I can see the canvas properly. I can see a lot. I can see through the first coat in some spots, and of course I can see tons of brush strokes. So unfortunately, today is going to be an extremely short stream because what we're going to do is just lay down a second coat of this light purple. So there's no point of crying or cheating, or I was hoping for the best, but unfortunately that is not going to happen. So let me get my paint ready, put down this second coat, and unfortunately we are going to have to wait till tomorrow for the shadowing. And then again, well, I say this every painting because it's always the same story. Unfortunately, when I start off a painting, and it's even worse in the wintertime because the paint takes longer to dry. But every new painting starts off, that first week is extremely slow because I do want to do everything together. That's the whole point of the stream, is to share everything that goes on in the studio. That means having to wait between every coat for the paint to dry. And when I wasn't streaming, I would put the first coat down, go over into my little living room, turn on my computer, and I would play a video game for like an hour or so. And then when the paint was dry, I would come back in and continue to work and go back, wait for that to dry, etc., etc. And I would have like 4, 5, 6 hour days. But since I decided to do the streaming and to share everything that goes on in the studio, including people who come in, noise in the street, construction work, whatever, everything, just to show really what happens in an artist's studio. So ever since I decided to do that, unfortunately, I had to change my work habit, and that's about it. So but that's okay because I have 40 years of painting behind me. I have tons of material. If I have clients that need paintings, I have more paintings than they can hang in their rooms or in their houses, whatever. So I can now kind of just take my time and enjoy doing the streaming and painting like that. And I do. I really enjoy it. It motivates me a lot to come into the studio every day because I know there's a streaming and there are a few people who are watching. My friends in the States are going to pop in once in a while. They say hello. They know they can find me here every day because I start my streaming every morning at 9 a.m. East Coast. So that's the way it is, and I enjoy it. So I am just going to add a little bit of water like this. We're going to have to work this paint. Usually the second coat takes a lot less paint than the first coat, so I should be able to get along with what I have. I am going to go over to camera number 1, right over here, which I'm going to bring a little closer, and we will blend this paint together. So, got the camera ready. I'll just go full screen here. Got my little jar of water right here. So, let's blend this. Beautiful color. I love this mauve. And with my last couple paintings there, I've been using a lot of these pastel colors of purple, mauve, of turquoise green, turquoise blue. These are all kind of new colors that I never really used before, so I'm kind of enjoying myself with this nice, this new shades of colors. So, am I going to have enough here? I doubt it. Let me just scrape all this excess off. Now I have to remember when the paint dries, it will darken. So, and I do want it fairly light. So I'm just going to give it a little quick test right here in one area in the lower left-hand corner of the painting. Like right in here. And it is a little bit lighter, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. I mentioned yesterday that I would probably put the second coat a lot lighter. Now let me, wait a minute. I think I'm going to need a little bit more water though. Just want to stretch this paint as much as I can. If it's watered down a lot, it will still hide the brush strokes, and 2, will dry fairly quickly. That it would be ideal if by the time I got to the lower right-hand corner of this painting, I could, the top left-hand corner would be dry and I could start doing the shading. That would be ideal. It would save me an entire day tomorrow. So am I going to have enough paint right there? Yesterday I barely had enough. I had to add some more, and I have a feeling by looking at the size of this painting that I might not have enough. So I am just gonna come back over here, and I think I'm gonna make a little bit more. So I'm gonna just start off with another big scoop of white paint. There we go. And then a smaller scoop of the purple, because I don't want to darken this anymore. As I mentioned, it will darken as it dries anyways. And I did want to have these, well, light color. Anyway, so far it looks pretty good. And let's get a little bit of the purple in here. Maybe a half a scoop. There we go. And we'll blend this together as well. Just clean off my knife here. Ugh. I woke up really, really early. So I'm already kind of beat, tired. Here in France, it's already 3 in the afternoon, so I've already had fairly long, full day. So let me come back to camera number 1 here. And we'll bring this baby down here. And we'll start blending in the paint that we just added, and that should be sufficient right there. So let's just Make sure all this is nice and homogeneous. Seems like the color is slightly darker. No big deal, really. Still a very beautiful color. I don't know if you can tell. There is the reflection of the window right there, which maybe makes it a little harder to see. I can't tell because I'm not in front of the camera, obviously. There we go. Nice, nice mauve, light purple. Looks like candy. Okay, so let's bring the camera up and go back to that lower left-hand corner. Right about in there. You can see the mark I did do a few seconds ago. Oops, getting out of focus. Right here, you can see that it's already darkened just a little bit, but it is lighter than what it was on the background. And this color here is going to be a lot lighter as well. So let's pull that back. We're going to start on that upper left-hand corner. I always start up there like that. I know I'm not going to put my hand in the paint. So that's awfully thick. Maybe I should add just a little bit of water to that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get in front of the camera so it will focus. I have it on manual focus, but apparently it goes out of focus quite frequently and quite annoyingly, I must say. So let's get this second coat down. I don't really have to get that close to the edge. Probably will be a black outline anyways, depending what we go for as a main color for the frame. I have no idea what it's going to be yet. Okay, so let me move the camera to the side so I'm not in front of the lens. There we go. Paint is still kind of thick, which is great for the canvas, but it'll take longer to dry. But I guess I shouldn't focus on that. It is what it is. Having a good quality painting is more important, I guess. And we're in no rush. Already I paint extremely fast compared to a lot of other painters, except for those who work in abstract painting, of course. All right. Very nice. It's truly a beautiful color. Kind of exciting, using new colors, a whole new palette. Say, exactly sure what I'm going to be painting on this. Probably, I don't know, probably some of my usual motifs. Okay, so let's go back to this left-hand side. Again, I'm just going to take a little drop of water right there. There we go. Again, I don't have to be that close to the frame, but yet I can't help myself. Let me pull the camera back. It is going out of focus again, pain in the neck when it does that, especially when I don't notice it. When I have my back turned to the camera and it does that, oh, is that annoying. And sometimes when I put it on automatic focus, it doesn't do it, then it'll do it again. Then I go back to manual focus, doesn't do it for a while, and then it loses it and goes out of focus. So I constantly have to keep an eye on it. Spilt a little bit of paint down here on my frame. I'm going to wipe that off since I don't know what color I'm going to be painting here. What color the frame is going to be. I don't want to have any spots of purple in case I go with a yellow or a light color. I don't want it to show through. So there we go. So let's move this camera over. Okay, I couldn't tell if I had moved the camera or not. There we go. Very nice. A little bit of water again. There we go. Kind of a drag because I'm just warming up and going to have to stop. Because I can see the paint is not drying as fast as I thought it would. Let's wipe off again a little bit of this purple paint that spilled over here. There we go. Okay, get this. The last Well, damn, unfortunately, we're all done. Honestly, when I start, I hate stopping. Oh, what a pain in the neck. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. Nothing at all. Kind of a pain in the butt. So, there we have it. This is the, the end of our stream already. I hate to say it. How long was this? Like 5 minutes? 20 minutes. Well, it felt like 3 minutes to me. Anyways, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. It'll probably be another short stream because we'll be putting on the shading, a little bit darker purple, a little lighter purple, just to give it a little bit of richness and depth. And then eventually, then it's going to be a lot longer the day after, because that's when we're going to start putting all the details on our background. So anyways, my friends, I want to thank you very much for joining me for this short stream. I hope you'll join me tomorrow as we continue this painting. I'm going to leave you like usual with two things. I'm going to leave you with my schedule, which is pretty simple, and also by saying, ciao mes amis.